Work on word assignment 6. We're going to make a table. We need to make this Extreme Fitness Health Club table, so let's go ahead and hop into Word. First, what I want to do is take a look at my table here. Alright, I see that's 3 columns, and, well, we're going to need a bunch of rows. So I'll show you how to get that started. There's a few different ways to insert a row. Actually, the first assignment is to hop up here into the header and type my name. And we'll just put Real Original, Ignarski's Fitness Club. Cool. Alright, so got my header. So to insert a table, there's 2 different ways we can do it. Obviously here, or if you need to kind of customize your table, you can do it here. So I need 3 columns, and we'll just start with, I think, 8 rows. Alright. So, to merge my header, I want to highlight the 3 rows, or 3 columns that I want to be 1 row, and merge cells. Okay, that is going to give me my header, my title. So here I'm going to go ahead and start to fill out my information. Alright, so as you can see, I've inserted 6 lines, or 6 rows. You guys need to insert 10, but for the sake of saving time, I shortened it up. Alright, so it says I need to size my columns appropriately. There's 2 different ways I can do that. I can grab and drag my column line this way, or just double click. Oh, these shnikes, that's not supposed to happen. There we go. Alright, you can see that my table now is much more manageable. It says insert a column on the right labeled total revenue and use the formula feature to multiply. So I'm going to click in my far right column, right click, and go to insert column to the right. Alright, there's also different ways that we can do this by going to layout, and I believe that there is right here. Insert row above, below, left, right. Let's go ahead and insert to the right. I'm going to have to remerge this top cell here, which isn't a big deal, and go total rev. I'm going to shorten it up because I want to. Alright, here in the Table Tools Layout tab, I must be selected on my table. There is a Formula tab, or a Formula button. Alright, you can see that it wants to add. Alright, we do not need to add. We want to multiply. So the word for multiply is product. Alright, down here, you can also see that there's different, different paste functions, they call it. We need to make sure, though, that our formula starts with this equal sign. Okay? And let's take a look here. We'll give that a shot. Alright. So, you can see that it comes up with our numbers. Alright. If I go down to the next one now, unlike Excel, I can't copy and drag down my formula. It's kind of one of the, So as I was saying, I can't copy and drag this down like in Excel. So every row I have to go back into here and do the same thing. Alright, so once again, instead of sum above, it switched that left to above because now there's a number up here. I'm going to type in product, parenthesis left, and just to save time, I'm going to go ahead and Control C, copy this, and paste. Formula, paste. Formula, paste. Oh. Alright, so pretty nifty. That way I don't have to bust out a calculator. I can just click the Formula tab. If I would change one of these numbers, say all of a sudden I get 5 kids wanting to do hang gliding. Alright, so I have 20 kids now. Alright, I can go here and say update field. Alright, and that number changes. I have 5 kids drop out of Frisbee. Click here, edit field, or update, excuse me, and that changes. Easy peasy, lemon squeezy. Alright, whenever we're working with numbers, especially money, alright, we want to line up the ones, tens, and hundreds spot. All right, those digits. So what we want to do is highlight all our numbers and write a line. This way we can see all the decimal points are lined up. They're all lined up here. And like I said, the ones and tens are all lined up. Easier to read, much more visually appealing as well. It says that we need to insert a last row to add up some stuff. So the quick way to add a row is, as you can see, my cursor's down here. Go down and simply press that plus button. So I'm just going to write totals. Go ahead back to my layout, formula, and sum above, and sum above. All right. We do not need the sum for the fees because it wouldn't make any sense why we needed to add up each individual fee just wouldn't make any sense. So we do not need that row. So just to make it more pleasing, I might merge those two rows so that, yeah, just looks nicer. All right, the last thing that you need to do for your table is to make it aesthetically pleasing. All right, so adding color to it, bolding some fonts, shading, changing the borders. All right. So one of my biggest pet peeves is font sizes in a table or fonts within a table, whether it's bolded and how you do that. So we want to make sure that our title is probably the biggest thing on here. All right. I'm going to go ahead and bold my title. I'm going to change my fonts up too. I don't like sticking with the classic font here. So let's go ahead and change it up a little bit. Something that I can still read and that looks professional. Let's go ahead and do this one. All right. So I think subtitles look better. Italicize, just personal preference. Now column headings, the activities, fees, enrollment, and total revenue. Make sure that they are different from the rest of your table. Once again, big pet peeve when your column headings look like part of the data. It gets pretty confusing. And since I changed up my fonts, I want to make sure that I kind of space out my my columns here. All right, looking pretty good. So there's a few different ways you can add color and design to your table. Here in the table style, you have preset styles. So let's go ahead and choose one here. So as you can see, simple click of a button, it looks pretty good. One thing that I want you to be aware of is what is check mark over here. All right, you can see that activities is no longer bolded, and all of martial arts, swimming, baseball, karate, frisbee, and hang gliding are. Okay, so just be careful because if I deselect the first column, all right, that goes away. Some other things that you can do here. Let's see, last column. Last row. So since that's our totals row, maybe you like the look of that because once again, that's kind of separating the data from our activities. All right, and that's one way to do your table. So just a few more things to show here about this table. Say I wanted to sort my revenue from highest to lowest. All right, I can go ahead and highlight all 4 rows. In the Table Tools Layout tab, go to Sort. And what you're going to have to do is, since I selected all 4 rows, which is kind of a mistake, if I just select the 4th column, it would automatically select column 4, but you're going to have to sort by column 4, number, and select descending. Since I selected with no header, I'm going to choose that option and select OK. Now you can see that they're all in order from most to least. Last thing, if you want borders, highlight your entire table, right click and do table properties. Here you can see different functions for table, row, column, cell, text, but back in the table tab we have borders and shading. This should look somewhat, I don't know, you guys should have used this before, but if, just to show you, I'm going to change it to black. It's not going to look very good, but change it to black, and you can see that the shading, or the borders changed. Alright, and the last piece on your assignment is to add it says to add a watermark. So quickly I'll show you how to do that. Go to the page layout, design tab, and at the right hand corner we have our watermark. Since we want to add a picture, we want to make this a custom watermark. Choose picture, select, and I'm just going to type in, not that. There's an E in there. Weight, and we'll use this guy. Insert, auto scale, make sure it's washed out, and OK. You can see here is our watermark. Alright, so that should finish up your assignment. Let me know when you guys get that finished. Posted to the presentation in the lesson plan. Thank you much. Have a good day.